Hey everyone, welcome to the Top of the World podcast. I'm Joshua Hadley, and I'm joined by the man of the man with the power to sweet episode. The one spent the Mr. Grit, Darlin, you still know what's coming yet.
Hi, I'm that one, and that's Josh, and I'm the other one.
Justin
Yeah.
belongs it.
Yes, hello.
Gopher.
Yeah, you're
So,
most.
wait. You used to be Giggity Gopher. What happened there?
Well, Tuck joined the channel, so I had to, because Giggity Gopher and Tuck would have sounded weird, so I had to just make it Gopher and Tuck.
Wait, we did have questions about this before, but Tuck. His full name's Tucker Lucy, so how come your full name can't be Giggity Gopher?
Giggity Gopher and Tucker Lucy? That just sounds like a, yeah. I mean, I guess I do on occasion still use Giggity Gopher for things that are just me. Although now I usually go with Gopher Sans Tuck.
The real question is, what happened to your brother, Golly Gopher, or your cousin, whoever that was?
Don't ask about him. He had an accident, okay? It was an accident. Nope, we don't need to look any further into it than that.
I'll take your word for it.
Mm.
That's what we usually do in this kind of
Yeah.
situation.
Alright, so we got a bunch of stuff today, but like, what do you want to start with? Do you want to start video games, politics, or wrestling?
Well, it's in the news right now. Let's start with the January 6th hearings. So apparently, Donald Trump or his people created this fund to stop the stealing of the election, or the election fraud, as they call it. And I guess the money that they got for that from the people didn't go to that for some reason.
Oh wow, what a surprise!
What a surprise!
Uh,
So, what was
Crazy.
that? $250 million they got from donations that they gave to charities, different charities, and that money doesn't actually go to,
Yeah, yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah.
I'm wondering, like, even if you don't like Joe Biden, like, how can you be like, yeah, Trump, that's a guy, he's defrauding people all the
Yeah,
time, conning people. It's sad, like, the people who actually get punished for the January 6th insurrection, the failed one, of course, they always feel bad that they got duped by all this nonsense.
yeah.
But nothing has happened to Trump or anyone of real consequence.
Imagine that people with money and power don't actually get in trouble.
Wow.
Hmm.
What?
That can't be how this
What?
country works. It's got to be a mistake, right?
I mean, that's not what happens in the cartoons.
Exactly. Cartoons are more
Right?
accurate, right? That's how it should be going.
Man. So that's been going on. Guess well, I guess we might as well talk about Kim Kardashian. That's in the news. So everyone's upset that she ripped Marilyn Monroe's dress.
Was she like wearing it?
Yeah.
Why?
All right. All right. So let me explain what this dress is. It's the most expensive dress ever, and I'll explain why. But so this dress was the one she wore when she sang "Happy Birthday" or whatever to President John F. Kennedy, and she had that dress specifically made for her. So, and I think she died like a week and a half or something. Like, it was under 2 weeks after that happened. She sung that and did that thing. She was dead not long after. So,
Mm.
famous dress, and it's the most expensive one ever because Ripley's, believe it or not, the museum, they bought it for like, I can't remember. It was like $4.8 million, something like that. They bought the dress, so it is the most expensive dress ever made because they paid for money for it so that they could put it on display and have people look at it. and I don't know if Kim rented the dress or they wanted publicity, so they had her wear it, but she couldn't fit into it.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
So
why
she,
would they think that she would fit into it? She's got like a lot of situations going on there that Marilyn Monroe did not have.
yeah, and of course it ripped.
Yeah.
I mean, they already knew she wasn't gonna, or Kim knew she wasn't gonna fit, so she tried to work out, and yeah, I get like but of course it didn't work.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it got ripped. I mean, it's too bad, but it is kind of strange for people to be pretending like, oh, this is such an outrage, because really this dress, it's like sort of used as a, what would I say, like, it's at a Ripley's Believe It or Not museum where you're also gonna find like a shrunken head or whatever.
Mm.
It's not like we really cared about it before this happened,
Yeah.
or we even knew where it was.
Yeah. Just gotta be mad about something.
Yeah.
It's not like there's not enough, or not like there's enough things to be mad about. Gotta get mad over some stupid shit.
Uh, uh, I get what some people feel like the only reason Kim Kardashian never got to do this is because she's rich. Um, I mean, this was Marilyn Monroe's dress, so to me, like, I mean, it's a cool thing, but how important is it? But yeah, I think like other things, like imagine if someone bought a Picasso painting and just decided to like have their kids crayon all over it. I mean, I guess we do gotta think about that. The dress, the ownership. I mean, it's not like it was ever gonna be in a museum. It could have. Well, it wasn't even at a real museum. It was at a Ripley's Believe It or Not. Uh, I mean, it would have been nice to have, but we didn't care about it enough to begin with. Like,
Can't they just
it's
fix it?
like,
Like, fucking clothes get ripped all the time. That's what tailors are for.
yeah, they could fix it. I mean, might as well just keep it on display like they were
Yeah.
doing before.
Yeah. Not some fucking irreparable damage to rip a dress.
Yeah. Unlike, see, this next thing we're talking about. So I guess Jeff Hardy's in trouble again.
Yeah. We're going to wrestling now? Got a couple more political deals.
I don't know. Is Bitcoin political?
I mean, it's more political than wrestling or video games. Also, the power plant thing.
I guess that's pretty political.
Yeah.
I thought. See, yeah. So Bitcoin's fallen. I think I got out at the right time.
I was never in.
Yeah. When I sold, I think it was like still 40 something thousand. Now it's like hanging around 20.
That is a lot less.
I think the crypto people, whoever like is in charge, didn't do themselves any favors by doing the NFT stuff. Like, I really feel like that was a big turnaround for people looking at this and thinking this is stupid. I mean,
so it's all like it fell a bunch, right? And it's like, is it at like the lowest it's been, or is it still?
no. I mean, the lowest it's been is worthless. I mean,
Well,
it's still
the lowest it's been since like it became a not worthless thing.
I think so, but that's I mean, that's still like a year ago. It was up 40% higher than what it is now. With these things, you never know, and right now the crypto people, the people who like lobby for this stuff, are trying to buy politicians. Thankfully, like there was one election where they bought one person running in a Democratic primary, and Nancy Pelosi and the DNC supported them. Thankfully, the people voted against that, but they're likely to by other politicians who will win their primaries. I think that's their next plan to try and become legitimate or make it worth something. And I mean, and it happens like who needs pennies? But there's lobbyists for that. So it costs more money to make pennies and nickels than it is to like just stop using them, but we still do it. Like what?
Pennies. I'm gonna have the hot take here. Pennies smell weird.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's right. I said it. I fucking said it. I'll say it again. Pennies smell weird.
Because they're made from copper.
Yeah. It's fucking weird. So, does this have to do with the power plant thing, or is that like a separate?
Oh no. So New York, they passed a law, or no, they're passing a law. Who knows what will happen, but imagine this going through where they don't want any new crypto mining in their state because they don't, they doesn't fit with their plans to go green. It makes sense to me. Some people are crying, "Oh man, this is like going." New York's throwing out these new technologies. Like what value does like Bitcoin even add to that? As much energy as crypto mining uses, and so New York, they don't want any more new plants being bought for crypto mining, and I think that it even makes more sense, not just from a green perspective, but just to save power because the price of fuel is going up, so it's not like we have unlimited fuel to power all of this mining for this thing that we can't even use to buy anything with unless they're gonna start doing the thing where you can buy drugs with crypto again.
Oh well,
I guess it's the only way you can use Pornhub anymore.
Pornhub Premium, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get crypto now.
Yeah. Well, Pornhub Premium, you gotta get that fucking cryptocurrency.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make Gopher coins or Tuk Bucks.
Yeah.
I think you need Tuk Bucks to be like the dollar version of your coin currency, and then like the coins are called Gophers, so you could have one Tuck or you could have like 5 Gophers.
Yeah. A lot of me is worth one Tuck. That is true.
Shoot.
So okay, now we got through that. Jeff Hardy, as mentioned priorly,
the biggest political story this week.
Jeff Hardy, well, it's not even the biggest political story in wrestling this week, but Jeff Hardy had a DUI again, because of course he fucking did. Yeah, so he's been suspended from AEW. They're again trying to get him help. I don't know if it's gonna fucking do anything, because people have been trying to get that dude help for fucking years. I don't know, dude. On the bright side, apparently the Hardys were actually booked to win the tag titles. So this changed that. This, as well as the performance at Double or Nothing, because Jeff was kind of, I guess, a bit intoxicated during that. Because he got hurt with a kick, but the assumption now is...
So he was drunk?
Yeah, the assumption now is that him being drunk led to the kick happening that hurt him. So it's like he was out of it mostly because of the kick, but him being kind of drunk was like what led to the kick happening.
Him being drunk makes a lot of sense because he said himself he doesn't even remember the match.
Yeah. So yeah, that coupled with this,
I don't remember hearing him like being dropped on his head or anything. So yeah, him being intoxicated.
Well, there was a kick that apparently caused some issue, but like I'm assuming what people consider the case to be is that him being drunk led to him taking the kick the wrong way.
Yeah.
and so that but yeah, so they were supposed to win the titles on Dynamite, but because so now they didn't, so that's good. There's that at least.
Yeah, they did like that. Them winning the belts, like they're not even close to being the best team there.
Mm.
You know, maybe the most over, but like, goddamn, I mean, it gets to a point where you just looking at them, you think these guys are, it's not even that they're too old, but they're like way too hurt, or Jeff is at least,
Yeah.
to be wrestling at a top level.
Yeah. So yeah, DUI again. I don't know what. I don't know if it was alcohol or drugs or whatever it was, but it was something under the influence. And yeah. So he'll be gone for a while, and I mean I kind of want him to just stop in general with the wrestling out. But like obviously I hope he gets help, but I mean we've been hoping he gets help for fucking how long now? Like 15 years?
I mean, I thought, I always think he's doing better, and then something else happens. Like,
yeah.
He just, he's doing good, and then he has that, like, 30-second TNA main event, Sting on pay-per-view.
It's like at this point, you can't just keep trying to get him help and then, like, keeping him in the business, because it's not just himself that he's putting in danger. He's putting other wrestlers in danger doing this shit, and the company as a whole. Like, trying to get him help is just not working.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he just needs to not be wrestling anymore. I don't know if it's just that, but he doesn't need to be in the ring or.
Probably has something to do with the fact that he's continuing to do crazy shit in the ring that he shouldn't be doing. So he's probably in a lot of pain all the time.
Yeah. In a way, I don't want to see him wrestling again. It's disappointing.
Yeah. Now, speaking of big political stories in wrestling.
So what's happening with Vince? I only saw a couple things on Twitter
before we started this. To my knowledge, there was there's an investigation into like $3 million or whatever it is for a non-disclosure agreement regarding the sexual harassment, mistreatment of female workers. I don't remember who they were. Like it was like assistants or something. I don't know the exact details, but from what I understand, it basically is that Vince was treating women like toys, like sexual toys, as well as passing them along to Johnny Ace. And I guess there was a $3 million non-disclosure agreement, which is what led to this. Apparently, several people, including Kevin Dunn, he's being investigated because he like dumped a bunch of WWE stock or something right before the news broke, like the day the news broke, but like a couple hours beforehand. And so yeah, it's a big situation. There's like mainstream media companies like picking up on it. Apparently, Stephanie is now the interim CEO. Like she was just gone, but now they brought her back as the interim CEO at the moment because of this whole situation. But fucking Vince is going to be on SmackDown tonight. So like for this podcast coming out, it'll have been last night. So whatever happened will have already happened. But apparently he's going to be on fucking SmackDown tonight in character. So I don't know what they're doing exactly, but yeah, I don't know if this is going to have any actual effect on Vince in the long term, but it's pretty big.
Didn't WWE do something like this when something else happened and WWE had this like stand up to bullying thing, and then like you find that there's bullying in WWE. I think it was like when the Bill DeMont stuff was happening, and then like WWE had that Be a Star program, whatever was going on, and that's happened. Like that news breaks.
It's funny because one of John Laurinaitis' most recent tweets was like last year. I think it was when the Mickie James situation happened, where they gave her all of her stuff in a bag, and he tweeted something like, "It is horrible to see women getting treated this way in WWE," or something like that. It was something of that nature, and now all this comes out with him involved, and yeah, it's a fucking mess. But I like the meme I saw of Nick Khan. It's like the Mortal Kombat ladder from one of the earlier games, and it's like Triple H is on the bottom rung, and then Stephanie McMahon's above him, and then Nick Khan is like is the challenger, and he's like just going above Stephanie, now reaching Vince.
Oh man. Yeah. This now. I was just wondering, like, what's gonna happen when WWE seemed like it was gonna be sold to someone, NBC or Disney.
Yeah.
Like, is this gonna affect any purchase, or will it actually make it happen sooner?
I don't know. There are some thoughts that people think Vince might like step down, just because like he might be offered something from Nick Khan to basically, if he steps down, they'll just drop the investigation because it's like WWE, like shareholders are the ones investigating, I guess, because it's like $3 million. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if they did use money from the company for that,
Yeah.
Yeah, the shareholders should know.
Yeah. Of course, if Vince does step down, like what is that going to lead to? Ian has the theory that it would lead to Jeff Jarrett taking over.
I think that was the plan 30 years ago
Yeah.
when well, not Jeff, but like, when I don't know, I don't remember if it was the steroid trial, if like they thought Vince might go to jail, so if that happened, Jerry Jarrett would have took over WWE, and when Jerry Jarrett was there, that's actually when Raw started. Raw was meant to be sort of a WWE's version of Memphis Wrestling, their studio program. But
yeah, Ian brought up the possibility of Jeff Jarrett taking over, and then Jeff eventually bringing Vince Russo in.
I don't think Jarrett wants anything to do with Russo anymore.
It would be hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
It'll be funny, but the thing is, Vince Russo does burn his bridges. He talked shit about Jeff Jarrett when he wrote that email to Dixie, and then like after Dixie was loyal to him for all those years, he talked shit about Dixie after. It's really pathetic. I can't imagine anyone wanting to do anything with Vince Russo other than people other than Ed Ferrara and other people that haven't dealt with him before.
I mean, let's be honest. Russo does have an eye for the business. He knows that to be the man, you got to beat the Nugget Man.
True. I mean, he does have other friends like AJ Styles and who else is really Christian?
Somebody brought up the fact that apparently Nick Khan is good friends with Dwayne Johnson. So they brought up the possibility of The Rock fucking coming in and doing some shit. Possibly even buying WWE since that dude's rich as fuck now.
Could he do it?
I mean, he bought XFL.
Yeah, but I think the XFL is worth less than WWE.
I think the only reason there's a possibility of it is because he's apparently friends with Nick Khan.
Yeah, there's that, but the shareholders are gonna want like money for the purchase if The Rock is gonna buy this company. I think like the only problem with that is how much it's worth.
Yeah.
I mean, The Rock could like buy Vince's shares or something.
Yeah.
They could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, instead of like owning the company outright.
All I know is SmackDown is probably gonna get them views tonight with all this shit going down.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's real or not. I mean, I know. I heard at least. I'm led to believe that Linda isn't even living with Vince anymore.
Oh yeah, it's been like for a while now considered clear that they're basically in a like public marriage, like they're just married for the public, but they're not like actually with each other and haven't been for a long time. People are speculating that Triple H and Stephanie got divorced. Apparently, I don't remember what exactly brought that on, but there was some thing that regarding Stephanie that made people believe that her and Triple H got a divorce.
Here's what happened. Stephanie looked into the past and saw that her and Triple H got married because Triple H gave her some roofies. She was supposed to get married to Test.
Yeah.
So she's thinking to herself, I didn't need to actually get married to that guy, did I? Like, I was drugged.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna go and get married to the corpse of Test.
Yeah. What a weird storyline.
Well,
Well,
yeah, that's going on in WWE. There's some crazy situation there. I guess we'll find out more and talk about it next week. Whatever
yep.
happens with that. Now, I believe that just leaves us with video games for main stuff. But before that, we have our little trilogy that we do in the middle of the shows each week. What order do you want to do it this week? Because there's the answering fan mail, there's the game, and there's the Gopher Tuk
I was ready
Updates.
to. I was ready to read some emails.
All right, let's read some emails here. Let's answer some fan mail.
All right, this is from Jeff in Pakistan. Dear Gopher, I'm a new fan. Really enjoying the Kingdom Hearts stuff. I just wanted to ask, what do you think of the Vince McMahon story going on?
Oh well, I think it's fucking this a wild time, and I don't know what's gonna happen, but
we didn't hear from you. Do you think Vince did that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's fucking Vince. I have no doubt in my mind that Vince did that. Johnny Ace as well. Of course he fucking did.
I figured Johnny Ace was a creep. Vince, I didn't.
Vince is he made
now that I think about
over
it,
the years,
yeah,
that dude has made many storylines where women on the roster had to make out with him on TV.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's fucking course he did. All right, next question.
Thanks, Jeff. Let's see. This is from Mortimer in South Sudan. Dear Gopher, I've been a fan for a while. Can't wait till the new Pokemon videos come out. It's still got, I think, half a year at least, right?
Yeah, it's probably gonna be January.
See, I'm just wondering. I gave money to Donald Trump for the election fraud thing, and apparently he didn't even spend money on that. How can I get my money back?
I got some bad news for you, pal. I don't think you're getting that money back. I think Donald and his pals are they're keeping that. That's not going back to you. What you could do?
It must be.
There is one way. There is one way. You could, in theory, I'm not saying to do this. I'm just saying, in theory, you could, go rob Donald Trump at gunpoint.
You don't even need a real gun. Just
yeah.
What
just
do that?
Just hold out your hand with your finger, with your index finger pointed forward and your thumb pointed up. What's wrong with that? He's Donald Trump. He'll believe it.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just noticing we don't get a lot of questions from Americans.
We did last week. We got someone from Kentucky.
Yeah. Every now and then we do, but there's a lot more from other countries than I expected. We're a very global brand here.
Well, what can I say? There's a reason they call it World Gopher Entertainment.
There is a reason that they apparently call it that, yes.
Alright, final question from Dury Lane. This is a Muffin Man.
Muffin again.
Dear Gopher, ideally, into how many slices should you divide a pizza? I've been really wondering about this, and it's kept me up at night.
Well, first of all, hi, Muffin. Hi again. And Muffin actually showed up for the first time in a month or two into a stream yesterday in the stream chat for the Halo stream. He apparently was moving, so that's why he was fairly inactive.
Well, I didn't hear good things about Drury Lane anyway.
Yeah. To answer your question, 8. It's 8. It's fucking 8. Unless it's one of those weird pizzas that it's a circular pizza, but then it gets cut into fucking squares for some reason. In which case, why the fuck are you even doing that? Stop it. And the point is 8 for a round circular pizza that is not being cut into squares for some fucking weird reason. Fucking squares. If you're gonna have fucking cut a pizza in the square, just make the pizza itself square. Why are you cutting a round pizza in the square? That means all the fucking the crust pieces are all these tiny ass little fucking tiny half a fucking slice. It's bullshit.
Well, I think it's time to play a game.
It is time to play. Oh, we're doing that and then Gopher Tuk Updates. Ooh, switching up the formula. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Guess the fake headline.
All right. So the name of the game, guess the fake headline. The rules. I'm gonna give Gopher 3 headlines, and he has to guess which one's the fake one.
Correct.
And if he loses, he has to be crucified.
Oh, was that established?
What? Oh, yeah. I thought you knew
Huh.
that. All right. Let's play.
Yeah.
All right. See, first one. Former New York mayor and Trump lawyer Rudy Giuliani announces retirement and is moving to Mexico.
All right.
Yeah, the 78-year-old lawyer announces plans to move to Mexico to spend more time with his family.
Is his family Mexican?
No, but like I know Jesse Ventura lives in Mexico too, like during the summer or whatever.
Huh.
Oh, and I have friends that do that too. Not live there, but they're there for a month or something.
Yeah.
What's it called? A timeshare? Whatever. Ready for a second one?
Yes.
Pair rescued from chocolate tank at Mars Wrigley plant in Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Emergency responders freed the pair by cutting a hole into the bottom of the tank.
Okay. I got some fucking Willy Wonka shit going on here. All right.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's. I mean, are you telling me like there's a pool of chocolate? You're not gonna jump in there?
You know, you got a good point there. You got a very good point.
All right. Third headline: mysterious hard object inside catfish turns out to be sex toy.
Inside what?
Inside a catfish.
Oh.
2 Indiana fishermen got into secret toy surprise after one of them caught a blue catfish on the Ohio River last week.
Huh. Okay. That one seems too ridiculous for someone to make up. So, I'm gonna guess that that's one of the real ones. Then we got fucking Willy Wonka and we got Rudy going to Mexico. I want to say Rudy's too racist to go to Mexico, but then like fucking Ted Cruz went there.
Yeah.
So then Hershey or not Hershey, Mars.
Yeah, Mars plant.
Do they own Hershey or does Hershey own them?
No, Mars owns like they're a different company. They own they make Snickers and.
Cause I know Pennsylvania has the whole Hershey's
M&Ms.
dealio. Huh. This is tough. I'm gonna go with the chocolate one.
You got it wrong. I made up the Rudy Giuliani story.
Damn, I was so close to picking that one, but I just kept thinking like it's Hershey is like the one most known for Pennsylvania. I was thinking it was some trickery with that. Damn.
Let's see. 2 people were rescued after they somehow fell into a partially filled chocolate tank while doing maintenance work at a candy factory in Pennsylvania.
I was so close to picking the right one. Oof.
Damn.
Rough. Well, there's my first solo loss there.
Rudy Giuliani could still move to Mexico.
Yeah, that could happen.
See, I figured like the hearings were happening, so I figured maybe he'd want to get out of town.
Yeah.
But well, why don't you give us some Gopher Tuk updates?
All right. So we finished recording the first Kingdom Hearts, and there was a glitch in the in the last recording session. There was an audio glitch with the game. I don't know what the fuck caused it. I have no clue, but the pitch was all fucked up. All the characters had like a really deep voice. Like there was a fucking modifier that made the voices all fucking deep. And then like they were cutting through sentences. It's like it was skipping words. I don't know. The deep issue was also like it wasn't as noticeable, but it was also like happening to like the music and the sound effects and all that. I don't know what the fuck happened there. We noticed it. We noticed it when we got to the first cutscene that had voice acting in that recording session, and it was a time. Brandon suggested restarting the game, but I decided to just keep going because I thought it would be funnier. So yes, and so there's like 3+ hours of that to end the series coming up. I'm gonna do a little spoiler here. I did not beat the game.
Damn it, Jack.
I got to a certain fight. There wasn't even a fucking boss battle. It was like a wave battle, like taking on a bunch of enemies over and over. And I couldn't fucking get past it. I think I died like 8 or 9 times. I wasn't even getting fucking close. And I knew that there was like apparently like 4 or 5 more fucking boss fights that I had to do after that. So I was like, alright, I can't do this. So what we did was we looked up, like I found a video that was all the cutscenes from the game. So we just watched that for the last part. And it showed us like little snippets of the boss fights that I missed from that would have been like after that. So I got to see a glimpse of what I would have had to take on had I tried to beat that thing, and that made my decision. It made me feel a lot better about my decision, because that looked fucking rough. And so Kingdom Hearts 2, when we start that, that's gonna be on easy. Gonna go ahead and put that one on easy. Because like in Kingdom Hearts 1, there was no option to change the difficulty after you choose it initially, which I didn't know. So like I would have went down to easy and then continued, but I couldn't. So we're just gonna start off on easy in Dark Souls 2 in Kingdom Hearts 2. But we are gonna be taking a break from Kingdom Hearts, just a little short one, to play. There's this new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that just came out, and it's a Game Pass game immediately. It's like an old school style beat 'em up with co-op. So the co-op has crossplay between PC and Xbox. So Brandon will be playing on PC. I'll be playing on the Series X that I got. Which I don't know if I mentioned. I didn't get that by the last podcast. I have an Xbox Series X now. Whoa.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. From what I understand, it's like 3 hours. It's like a 3-hour game or so. So we'll get through that. Maybe probably like 1 recording session, maybe 2. I don't know. And then it'll be on to Kingdom Hearts 2. So that'll be our little break from Kingdom Hearts, and then we'll get to Kingdom Hearts 2. We're doing Guardians of the Galaxy. We're gonna record some more of that tomorrow, and it's gonna randomly jump from the fucking Xbox One version to the Xbox Series X version, just all of a sudden. So that'll be fun. And got another tier list coming up. Once the first Kingdom Hearts series finishes uploading, we're gonna do the second tier list video, which is MCU characters. So that's ranking MCU characters. First one was YouTubers. Second one's gonna be MCU characters. And so it'll be coming out before the new Thor movie. So it's going to be up to date on all the characters up until Doctor Strange 2. So I wanted to get it out before the new Thor movie, so it didn't get out of date. And that'll be coming up probably like the end of June or beginning of July, I think is when Kingdom Hearts should be wrapping up. And yeah, so that's on the docket for the YouTube channel. As for the
wait, you said all the characters?
Well, I mean, they probably didn't include like fucking background white guy number 3 or stuff like that,
or even like Abyss or Jeopardy.
Well, you know. Yeah. So as far as Twitch goes, Jeff and I finally finished Dark Souls 2. And all of those VODs are getting uploaded on YouTube, 1 a day. There's 15. Took 15 fucking streams. Those are all getting uploaded on YouTube. I did beat every single boss. Every single one, including ending it. The last last stream was only like 45 minutes. It was a short one. Because we just had to take on 2 more bosses. But the last boss that we took on, that I took on, it was just me, because there's no co-op for that boss. So I got to end it on a solo boss fight. And we did like, because like Jeff, he just watched. He wasn't able to play for that, so he prepared some Pokemon trivia. So I had to answer some Pokemon trivia questions. So that's in the final one. That's another thing. Jeff is now, his vacation just started. He's on vacation now. once his vacation is up, like he'll be on vacation all week, so we're not going to stream. Jeff and I aren't going to stream this week, but next week, starting next Tuesday, that'd be the Tuesday after next, the 28th. Starting then, Jeff and I will be beginning our Elden Ring co-op playthrough, where we swap roles. I use magic, which is something I literally have never fucking done in any From Software game ever, and he uses melee, which is something he's rarely ever done. So that'll be starting on the 28th. And then, of course, Brandon and I gonna be continuing the Halos, and we're probably gonna stream Smash Bros tomorrow. I would say most likely get a Smash stream going tomorrow. Well, today, I guess, when this podcast comes out. Probably be streaming some of that after recording Guardians, and Brandon is gonna be getting the new PlayStation Plus deal, which I already have as well. They had their answer to Game Pass, which is not as good as Game Pass, but it's a start. He's gonna be getting that, and so once he gets that, we'll be able to go back to doing some PlayStation stuff on the channel as well, since he hasn't had Plus for a while. And one of the current PlayStation Plus games for this month is that Nickelodeon Smash Bros clone, so we'll probably be streaming that at some point soon. And yeah, so that's gonna be going on the old deal there. And that brings us to video games and such. And so
it's time to talk about it.
Yeah, so last week we had the Summer Game Fest. There was some more conferences since then, but there's only one that was really a big thing. So it was the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. So I got all the notes here. Well, I got all the things they talked about, and it was a pretty girthy one. It was almost 2 hours. So
man, that's 2/3 of the length of Raw.
yeah. So they showed stuff for a game called Redfall, which is from Arcane, the company Arcane. It's a co-op first-person shooter where you fight vampires. So and look pretty decent. They showed some of that. It's
I think I have Gangrel.
Hopefully, they showed some of that. They showed the long-awaited sequel to Hollow Knight. It's called Hollow Knight Silksong, which it looks like Hollow Knight. It's more Hollow Knight goodness for those who enjoy Hollow Knight. That'll be an Xbox and PC exclusive. I think same with Redfall. Yeah, same with Redfall. They showed High on Life, which is, what the fuck was this one? Oh, it's by Justin Roiland, the guy behind Rick and Morty.
Yeah, and all the pistols have faces.
Yeah. So we actually played a Justin Roiland game on the channel before. Well, Brandon played Trover Saves the Universe on the channel, and it was just a complete fucking acid trip, and it was fun. He's probably gonna play this one as well on the channel, since it's gonna be on Game Pass. Once that comes out, it'll be coming out in October, so maybe he'll play it in November, since we'll be doing Halloween stuff in October. Maybe November he'll be playing High on Life on the channel. Looks fun, looks like a fun little Rick and Morty-esque adventure. Riot Games are coming to Xbox, I guess. It's the company that has League of Legends and Valorant and stuff of that nature. Apparently League of Legends and Valorant will be coming to PC on Microsoft platforms. So I guess Game Pass and all that such. Yeah, so that's gonna. They showed some of the sequel to A Plague Tale. Plague Tale Innocence. The sequel is A Plague Tale Requiem. Requiem. How the fuck do you pronounce that word? Requiem. That's okay. Yeah, Requiem. Yeah, that is. They showed some of that. Looks good. I like the first one. This one, looks good as well. Gonna be on Xbox, PC, all that such. Day one Game Pass. At some point in 2022. I don't think they announced an actual date, but they said this year. So there's that. After that, there was apparently a Forza Motorsport reboot, I guess was what that one was. I remember they showed stuff and they were like, dude, look at this shit. Look how realistic this looks. Isn't that great? And I'm just like, that's every fucking racing game now. It just looks like
Well, I
every
don't
racing
know.
game.
It looked better than the what was the PlayStation one? Gran
Yeah.
Turismo.
Well, that's like the thing though with like all these fucking big racing games is they're just like, hey, looks so realistic. It's like,
I think no. Well,
cool.
some are arcadey like Mario Kart.
Well, yeah, but I mean like stuff like Forza Motorsport, Gran Turismo, stuff like that. The selling point is like, it's realistic looking.
I think I'll say this: Forza Motorsport with the realism, it's a lot more cool than like what they did with Gran Turismo. Because if I remember correctly, there's like no car damage in Gran Turismo at
Mm,
all,
mm.
whereas in Forza Motorsport you can
Yeah, that's.
wreck your vehicle and it really affects the
Mm.
look of it.
I just don't care about racing games. That's my thing. If you do, then yeah, this is probably cool for you. They spent a while showing like the water in a lake, but it's like, who the fuck's gonna look at that when they're in the middle of a race? You know, you're gonna be focusing on not crashing.
Nah, you're gonna be looking at the water and saying, "Man, it's
It's
just
like,
give me a
damn, that
second."
lake over to the left over there, that looks pretty nice. Oh shit, I'm crashing. And then let's see, Flight Simulator 40th anniversary update. Which
I didn't
they're
know the series was that old.
yeah, they added one of the like flying vehicles from Halo. They're adding a flying vehicle from Halo to Flight Simulator, which is pretty interesting. I think that's
Yeah,
fun. And then there was some other stuff. A Pelican. Is that the one from Halo? They added the
I can't
Pelican. Yeah,
remember.
they added the Pelican to it, which is fun. You know, I never played Flight Simulator. I want to try it. I don't really know like what it is as far as the actual game is concerned, but it seems interesting. Let's see.
It's more of a sim
Yeah,
than um
like you just watch a plane fly.
fly it. I mean, it's a simulator.
Yeah. Um,
You know, you gotta figure out how to take off. You
yeah.
know?
They showed a new trailer for Overwatch 2, which I still refuse to believe didn't get released like 3 years ago.
It looks like you got this released 3 years ago.
Let's see. They showed something called Ara History Untold. ARA. Which one was this? I'm trying to remember what this one was. Something about historical choices. You build a giant statue to your honor or feed your people. It's some fucking thing. I don't know. Something historical and what have you and choices. New Elder Scrolls Online expansion called High Isle. That's coming out in a couple days actually, June 21st.
Isn't there something also new for Fallout 76?
That is very next on the list here. Yes, the Pit, PITT, DLC coming out. It's apparently that's an area that's been in the game since Fallout 3. But
Yeah.
it's now a raider-controlled city. Now denizens of Fallout 76's live service Hellscape will have to fly over and explore the city for themselves. So yeah, that's going to be a DLC coming out in September this year. Game Pass as well, because, you know. Let's see. More Forza Horizon 5, the one most recently released, is getting Hot Wheels DLC, which is very similar. I guess it's a thing that they've done with Forza in the past, but I saw the trailer and it looked like the those like weird like GTA Online races that people make.
It looked exactly like
Yeah, which I think they're fun. So it's interesting to have something like that in like an
that.
actual like realistic racing game.
I didn't even. I saw the trailer too. I didn't even think of that, but you're exactly right.
Yeah. And that is tomorrow, as of this podcast going up. That is going out tomorrow. So yeah, July 19th. They showed Arc 2, sequel to Arc, which I think, it's fucking Vin Diesel is the main character, I guess. And it's obviously modeled after him. But he has the fucking, like, Dwayne Johnson, like, shoulder tattoo. Like, he has a very similar tattoo. So it's Vin Diesel, but with, like, a very similar tattoo to Dwayne Johnson's shoulder thing. So yeah, that's, yeah. They showed a first-person shooter called Scorn, which is, like, one of those... It looked like Doom, but like a... How do I word this? Like a gloomier Doom? Because like with Doom, it's like heavy metal and all that. With this,
more like Doom 3, you say?
I never played Doom 3, so but like it.
Well, Doom 3 is like the scary one. I'd say.
Yeah, I probably then, but yeah, it's like a really gross looking. Like there's a lot of lot of stuff that looks like flesh.
Oh wait, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that reminded me of Doom 3 kind of a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah, and that'll be
Maybe
coming out.
maybe what was that game, The Descent, where you're
Mm,
like supposed to go mad or whatever.
yeah, that comes out in October 23rd. So just in time for Halloween. I won't be playing it, but maybe in the future if it has horror, if it's like really kind of horror-esque. There's this game called Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn, which I think is one that I actually was interested in when I saw the trailer. It's a third-person action game. You have a dog companion, so yeah, there you go. That's
Oh man,
something you like. And there's like a scorching fantasy world, and you take out people with melee combos and your flintlock pistol and magic, and it looks fun. Looks fun. Um, Minecraft Legends. Fucking
it's about time.
Minecraft Legends. They released a fucking action strategy game in the Minecraft universe where you're riding a horse and you're looting chests and it's strategy. So
Great baby game, I guess.
yeah. So that's coming out next year. Lightyear Frontier, which is I guess like one of those like farming sims, but it takes place in space.
It looks incredible, but like even just the trailer looked like it was lagging. You know, like those frame rate issues.
Gunfire Reborn, which is a four-person co-op first-person shooter with some roguelike elements, and it has cute animals. So, yeah. That's also coming out in October. They announced a lot of shit that's coming out in October. So October is going to be like a big Xbox month. There was The Last Case of Benedict Fox, which is a 2D platformer. They're releasing in spring of next year. And of course day one Game Pass, and it's got like a bunch of like Eldritch kind of stuff in there, which that's up to my speed. I do like that Eldritch shit. They showed As Dusk Falls, which is another one of them choice-based narrative adventure games like Telltale, but presumably one where choices actually fucking matter.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's As Dusk Falls, and that comes out tomorrow, as of this podcast going up. And anytime I say tomorrow, I mean as of the podcast going out, so the 19th, that comes out tomorrow, yeah. And it'll be a game.
Guys, when we say next year, I mean 2023.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a day one Game Pass game, so yeah, it's interesting. Oh, right. It mentions it's got an art style that's quite divisive. That's what this fucking one is. So I think this was one that was teased for a while. It was compared to Disco Elysium initially. Like before this trailer was shown, it kept being compared. Like people were saying the closest you can get to this is Disco Elysium. It has a very strange art style that I wasn't really a fan of, and apparently it was divisive. I can't remember the guy who fucking made it, but it's somebody like big from another studio, but it was like something that was being teased by him for a while now.
What's the title?
As Dusk Falls. Let me see.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see the fucking guy who made this.
Scroll on. Yes.
Let's see here. The developers, Interior Night. Who's the Interior Night guy? Fuck. Let's see. Creator.
Is it Jeff Jarrett?
It very well might be Jeff Jarrett. Cause it's saying a woman made the game, so maybe it's not the one I'm thinking of. Cause I don't think it was a woman. Another thing, Caroline Marshall. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Sorry. I don't know. But yeah, that's the game coming out. It'll be out in very soon indeed. Then there was Naraka Blade Point, Naraka Blade Point, whatever it's called.
Is that like the Japanese battle royale game?
Yeah, it was a battle royale, but like with samurais and shit. Which I'm not really big on battle royales, but it looked good.
Well, I thought you loved the Royal Rumble.
Well, yeah, it's a third-person action battle royale. It's coming to Xbox. It'll be very soon as well. It'll be in about a week, June 23rd. It'll be on Xbox, PC, and cloud streaming, and it's going to be a Game Pass game. And I might actually give it a try. Maybe we'll be stream. Maybe we'll stream that on Gopher and Tuk. So it'll be on PC. I'm assuming it has crossplay since most of these Xbox and PC games do. So yeah, maybe we'll give that a try. Then they showed Pentiment, which is a 2D medieval adventure game. I don't know why the fuck is that how you spell medieval? Have I been spelling it wrong this whole time? Or is it media evil? Is that a word? They spelled it like media and then EVAL. I don't know if that was a typo or if that's like actually. Let me see.
We gotta ask Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, I can't. I googled it and okay, there's a Cambridge English dictionary for it. Let's see. I don't. It just links to medieval. I don't fucking know. That's what they're calling it here. I don't. It's a adventure game.
MEDIEVIA.
That's how it's supposed to be spelled. This is MEDIAEVAL.
Oh.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I'm just going off what they say on Urban Dictionary.
Yeah. See, as an artist living in the times, must go through an experience of all the troubles, joys, and horrors present as the world as you explore the world around you. It's some game. I don't know.
Just a second here. All right, so I'm on Urban Dictionary. The definition for medieval is a falling text-based adventure from the 90s, which has far outlived its welcome on the internet. It can best be compared to a starving African country that no one gives a damn about anymore.
Okay.
So the example is Chuck Norris once kicked a sword word around the world. You know, dude, a Chuck Norris joke. That's so medieval.
Yeah, well, you know. After that, it showed Grounded. So that's been on like a game preview thing for like fucking 20 years. So they finally announced that it's in September. It'll be like doing the full launch finally. So it's gonna have some major additions added. It's gonna be the full story and you know all a bunch of other stuff. They showed Erebon Shadow Legacy, which is stealth action. It's a stealth action game. He plays a shadowy figure with mystical powers. Oh. Let's see. It's going to be coming out in 2023. No specific date, just sometime in that year. They did say at the beginning of the showcase that all of the shows all the games shown were going to be coming out within 12 months. So anytime it says 2023, the presumption is that it's going to be in the first half of 2023.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's correct when it comes to this presentation because we didn't get any Perfect Dark updates.
Yeah.
So that thinking is like Perfect Dark's probably gonna, if it comes out next year, it's gonna come out in the second half of next year.
There was a trailer for Diablo 4 showing the Necromancer class, putting a focus on that. That came out. Sea of Thieves update, Captain update, which you'll be able to name your own boat and stuff and such. Game called Ravenlock, which is a third-person action adventure with some whimsy. Got some whimsy in there. You get pulled into a mirror and taken to a colorful but creepy. Oh yeah, this looked like fucking Alice in Wonderland. Like it was a very Alice in Wonderland-esque acid trip kind of looking game.
Kingdom Hearts.
Game called Cocoon, which was interesting. They kept showing like these egg things, but then it was like, oh, it's cocoons. You play as a small bug boy, and you like carry a ball around with you the entire time. It's basically puzzles that you have to use the ball to solve. And yeah, so it's big ol'. It's from the people who made Limbo and Inside. So,
I like Limbo.
Yeah. Then there was Wolong Fallen Dynasty, which it's being made by Team Ninja. It features some real-world historical figures like Lubu. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Lu space Bu. And then it has giant evil dragon with a split jaw, which looked, if I recall correctly, looked fucking cool and horrifying. So yeah. But not much is actually known about the game other than that. Like not much about the gameplay or anything like that. Looked interesting though. There was the announcement that Persona 3, 4, and 5 are all coming to Xbox.
all time.
Yeah. Although weirdly, Persona 5 is going to be the first one coming to Xbox on October 21st. And then the other two are after, I don't know. There was a very brief thing where it wasn't really an announcement for a game, but apparently Hideo Kojima is working on a game for Xbox. So there's going to be an Xbox exclusive game, or Microsoft exclusive.
It's going to be Police Knots 2.
There's no actual...
They're gonna finally do it.
There's no actual update on what the game itself is. It's just Xbox. And then finally, they showed Starfield gameplay. We finally got some Starfield gameplay being shown. It looked very No Man's Sky-esque. Like, There was something about, like, there was, like, thousands of planets you can go and shit like that, and granted, No Man's Sky promised that, and then... so we'll see how this actually ends up going. You can customize your spaceship, build a base, and it's Bethesda, you know, it's Bethesda stuff. It looks like a Bethesda take on No Man's Sky, basically. And that was the end of the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. They did an extended one. I didn't watch that. I'm assuming it was just like all the same stuff that was shown there, but like more details, I guess.
Yeah.
And
no Red Ring of Death yet?
No.
I think I'll do that again.
There was this big rumor coming in. There were two big rumors about Rare games. There was a GoldenEye 007 remake and a Banjo-Kazooie, either like a fucking reboot or like a new game or a fucking remake of the first two or some shit. But neither of those ended up happening. So
yeah, I heard the same thing. I guess right now they're talking to Nintendo about doing it because they do own the original GoldenEye, like 007, along with Eon Productions.
Nah. I would like to see a proper remake of the first two Banjo-Kazooie games, sort of done in the style of like the Spyro trilogy, like the Reignited trilogy, because that was fun. That was a fun game. The Spyro trilogy was fun. It didn't feel like super dated. They did a good job of like making it feel modern. So I'd like to see something like that for Banjo-Kazooie.
Nah, they need to do it like
Nuts and Bolts too.
Like Battlefield or Shenmue. Just make it worse.
Yeah, true. And there you go. That is it for that. On this here, the day of the Top of the World podcast.
The day of the Top of the World podcast. Well, it's been about an hour. Let's see, there's things to do.
There is one more thing I want to briefly bring up.
Yeah, let's close out with that.
Something that I learned yesterday. So, Moose and I, back in 2016, you came here for WrestleMania week. We went to an NWA show where you shook me like a fucking baby because you thought you saw Teddy Long. We went to 2 nights of Ring of Honor, went to WrestleMania, and then after WrestleMania, we drove directly to VIP Wrestling, my first time ever being there. Yours, I guess, as well, but yeah. To see
is that the
Texas.
Is that the Knights of Columbus Hall?
Yeah. Knights of Columbus, yeah. We went there to see Texas Mania, which was directly, like, we drove from WrestleMania to there. At the show, there was a Battle Royal. And there's been sort of a running joke with me since then about Kazarni, because he was the one, he won the Battle Royal, and he ended up, it was a Battle Royal to see who would face Jake Roberts in a match, but then, like, Jake Roberts got attacked by Vet Club? Or whatever, VIP, whatever their name is.
It was Apocalypse and Tim Storm.
Yeah, and because they got attacked by them, like, Kazarni ended up, after winning the Battle Royal, he came out to make the save, so they ended up making it a tag match instead. But anyway, there's another running joke from that match. John Cena Jr. There was a guy who came out dressed like John Cena, and he was introduced as John Cena Jr. I found out yesterday who that was. I always thought it was like some random no-name, and it was, technically.
It's John Cena Jr.
Well, in 2016, I think 2016 was actually the year this guy had debuted as a wrestler, so he was very new to the scene, but I did not know until yesterday, 6 fucking years later, it was Austin Theory, of all fucking people.
It's no wonder he's getting a push now.
Yeah, he's finally, 6 years later, he's getting the push, because, like, he did a photo shoot recently where he like, had the John Cena-esque United States spinner title, and he dressed as Cena for that. And VIP Wrestling posted a thing like not the first time, right? And then he posted a picture of him as John Cena Jr. And I just was like, excuse me, that was him. So yeah, so that so I found that out.
Oh, that's hilarious. Amazing.
And there we go. That's been the show.
Well, now you're gonna have to always call Austin Theory John Cena. Well, yeah, this has been the Top of the World podcast. I guess next week we'll talk about the candidates tournament a little bit. It just started today, yesterday. I thought it was gonna start Thursday, but I guess that was just the opening ceremony. I mean, that's real annoying.
And we'll have whatever updates are out about the Vince McMahon situation next week.
Yeah. And also, next, Vince Russo and Jeff Jarrett's gonna be in charge of the company.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.
Bye.